Saturday, everyone. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hey, y'all. It's me, Rachel Renee. Welcome to Breakthrough TV. If it's your first time tuning in, I want to say thank you so much for being here on this amazing Saturday. And I'm so glad that you were willing to begin your Saturdays with me. So, this week, every weekend in the month of May, as we bring season one to an amazing close, I want to introduce you to other amazing guests, special people in my life that I believe you would benefit from the conversations and the laughter from. This is Mother's Day weekend, and what better way to start Mother's Day weekend than to connect with my amazing mother, Patricia Blackshear. This weekend's topic is connecting in love. Get ready to be entertained as you have as you share in a bunch of laughter with me and my mom. Welcome to the show, Patricia Blackshear, my mother. As we share the topic, connecting in love.
Okay.
Tomorrow is Mother's Day. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. And I want to say thank you so much for my gifts.
Oh, you already received them?
Yes.
All of them?
I received one gift yesterday, one gift today, and I guess there must be another gift because you were talking about a book. I haven't got a book.
Okay, yeah. So one more.
I was like, oh my goodness, this is exciting. And it was funny because I was at work and I was talking to my coworker. I said, you know what I want for Mother's Day this year? She said, what? I said, I want a $50 gift card to go out to eat. She said, you do? I said, I do. She said, well, where would you go? I was like, maybe Outback, maybe some Bonefish Grill. I don't know. I said, but I would love to be taken out for lunch, for dinner this year. And then Jacob had went to the mailbox and he came home and he was just like, here, mama, here's some mail. And he said, here's a something here from grandma. I was like, what? So then he gave me an envelope and I was like, well, she mentioned something about a book. And I opened up the envelope and I was like, and I had just literally said that day. Wow. Yes. So I was really, really surprised. I was like, wow, look how quickly God answers prayers.
Right.
Yes. Well, whether you guys want to believe it or not, my mother is spoiled rotten. It's 5 of us, and we all take our turn spoiling. You don't think you spoiled? Look at this face. Look at this face. You don't think you spoiled? I mean, rotten.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Let me tell y'all something. I remember one year, it was Valentine's Day, and I did not send my mother a gift. And I called her on the phone to wish her happy Valentine's Day. I was like, hey, mama, happy Valentine's Day. Like, what's wrong with you? And she was like, nothing. I said, did your husband get you a gift? No. I was like, oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. And I said, okay, Steph, this is the last year. You don't get her Valentine's Day. Don't you dare miss another holiday. Goodness gracious. So yes, spoiled rotten.
Well, yeah, because I already received my foot massager.
Ooh.
Body massager. So yeah, since I work from the house, yeah, Jay had sent that a couple of weeks ago or something. And I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, I said, well, I ain't got to worry about that. He said, well, since you work at home, he said, I figured this would be very good. I said, that was very thoughtful of you. So
that's nice.
Yes.
I know I tried to get you what was that last year? Tried to get you a massage. So I guess Shay understood that, you don't want to go nowhere and get one. You just do your own. So
got it all.
I'm glad he got that message, that memo.
Right.
Yes, special. So obviously we all love our mom. And like I said, it is 5 of us. And I only have 3. So I can only imagine the challenges that you faced bringing us up. And there are times where I just sit and I think about some of the things that we were doing. I was just like, oh, we doing that? We were acting crazy. And you just like, sit down, get somewhere, sit down. And we just be running around like just acting crazy. And you just continue to we got beat up. We just, yeah, it was unsafe sometimes in the house. But yeah, but no, my mom has always been that mother that even after she disciplines us, like she can come back and she'll just hug on us and just love on us, and we'd be like, don't touch us, but she just, come here, and she just always just loving. So what you find challenging the most about raising us?
I think the most challenging part was everybody was different personalities. But I'm grateful that, God had it set up to wherever you were, I was able to still connect with each and every one of y'all on a different level. Even today, y'all all have different personalities. But the opportunity to speak to you, I may address you like this, but I address Sheena in a different way. And like I said, each one of y'all I address in a different way, but yet, it's still it's still love because you all are different.
And I think we each bring like our own dynamic to the table.
You do.
So.
Yes.
And I think that's what I think that's what I enjoy most about us when we come together, because it's like when one piece is missing, you're missing that dynamic there. But when we all there, it is people come to watch us with popcorn, basically. The whole family gonna be together. We coming to the event because we just have a good time when we get together.
Yes, it is. It's so fun. It really is. And I mean, it's just laughter on top of laughter, and it's no kind of, where you did this and with attitudes or anything like that. It's just all laughs. And so, yeah, so I I really enjoy that. I mean, sometimes just, it's just so funny. Sometimes it just make you want to just cry because it is so funny. It really, nobody holds back. Nobody holds back. Just come out and just say whatever. You did this and you did this, but it was just so funny just to bring all this back up, in the past. It may not have been funny at that time, but now when you look back, you can laugh at it. So that makes it all worthwhile. It really does.
And I really feel like that there had to be some form of love, because which is what has glued us together as siblings and as a family. And because I mean, we still come together, we still get together, we still like nothing has changed. We have our moments where we box each other and we go toe to toe. But at the end of the day, it's like, Mark, you still come to the house? Shanice still come to the house? And even, why you got an attitude? Well, we just fell out 5 minutes ago. Don't be having no attitude. Get over it, And it's like we push each other to say, stop being mad at me. Stop. Let's stop. Let's have a good time. And that can be hard sometimes. And then like I just think about, when we have, because it is 5 of us. So when we have if we fall out, and then we're calling you, Mama, this is what's going on, that's what's going on, and you're trying to be the mediator, and then you call Mama. What did Mama say? What did you say?
Right.
Why you call Mama? So yeah, here we are in our 30s, calling our mama like we 5 years old, telling on each other.
Yeah. But like you was saying, like y'all may have fallen out 5 minutes ago, and then you pushing yourself to forgive one another, whatever. That's the same way it is with Christ. You're supposed to forgive, move on, to get past that. So whatever happened in the past, let it stay in the past, Yeah. But the thing about it is, you all as adults can come together and discuss things, talk things through, and move on.
Right. Yeah, it was. And even when we were younger, like daddy was big about us not fighting each other.
That's right.
He was not okay if we were gonna fight each other. That was probably one of his biggest pet peeves. You mad at your sister, you mad at your brother. No, you're not. Straighten it up, cut that mess out. He would be upset. So just having that father figure that pushed you to say, you better than that, get along with each other, let that stuff go. And sometimes I felt like you were like some of the other people that are watching us now. You had your popcorn, you'd be on the couches watching. Like, Mom, you gonna come help us? You gonna come save us? You gonna, nope. And after everything is over, y'all all right? Like,
Yeah.
where were you?
Yes, I did. You're absolutely right. But it worked itself out. It really did. It worked itself out. So
Yes. So for today's show, I thought about the scripture in 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, that talks about what love is. And I'm gonna just read some of that.
okay.
Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I have become sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, but have not love, it profits me nothing. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself. It is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. And then I'm going to down to the 11th verse. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know just as I also am known. And now abide faith, hope, love, these three. But the greatest of these is love.
Amen.
So I will say that there were many days growing up where I thought about some of the your parenting styles in particular, and I would say, well, Mama wasn't right about this, she wasn't right about that, and then God has showed me. He said, your mom possesses qualities that and characteristics that you can't demonstrate.
Mm.
And I was like, well, what do you mean? And he said, your mom is long suffering. Your mom knows how to endure. Your mom is stronger than you think. And I was like, wow, wow. And when he showed me that, it just brought me to tears because we're so quick to give in the towel. And one of the fruits of the spirit after love, further down the list, is self-control. And it's long suffering, and it's gentleness, and it's kindness, and it's meekness. And it's like, my mother demonstrates all those qualities. Every last one of those qualities. And then anyone that has ever met you would say that you are the Proverbs 31.
Mm.
And it's funny because, even though we grew up in a house of 5, it's actually 9 of us.
Right.
And even our older brothers would say, I want a woman like your mom. Your mama she's the perfect woman, and she's a Proverbs 31. And they just speak so highly of you. And anybody that's ever encountered you will always talk about how great of a woman that you are. So growing up in a house where it felt like you were not on our team, or growing up in a house where it felt like you were, it was like, why are we sitting here having to endure these things? Why are we sitting here having to go through these things? But you were showing us the strength that you had despite the challenges that and circumstances that we were facing. So, and then I even remember, I was talking to Mark the other day. I told him, I said, I remember intentionally coming, like, I thought about Mary and Martha. I intentionally would come to you, come seeking you to sit at your feet to learn, to receive knowledge from wisdom from you, knowledge from you. I would ask you questions, you know, Mama, how do you do this? Or what made you do that? Or just whatever I could think of. I was like, I want to make sure I can get everything I can get from my mom, because when I get older, you know, I want to be ready. And I don't know if that was like that side of maybe, and maybe that's that part of me that was like, that was actually what's what I'm looking for, that maybe I was admiring, you know, I was admiring your strength, and I did, and as a little girl,
Right.
and I wanted to know what I need to do in order to be just as strong as you are. But then, you know, as you get older and you begin to, and things begin to make sense, and you're just like, what's happening here? So you have a different perspective as you begin to age, and things are put into, and you're learning more about, you know, the different challenges that you face in life. So if you would just share with the audience a little bit about your testimony, um, about the thing, about what it was like to, for our upbringing.
Okay. Well, for one thing, going back to when I was a teenager, um, I don't really remember going to church until I was like 13 years old. So in other words, I wasn't raised in the church to a great degree because my mom and dad did not go to church. And I remember I was at my grandmother's house and my aunt was over there. We was always over my grandma's house. So my aunt, my mom's oldest sister was there. And she said, Patricia, you want to go to church with me in the morning? And I was like, yes, ma'am. You know, we was big on yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. So I said, yes, ma'am. She said, okay. And so that opened the door, an invitation. And that's why I say a lot of times it's very important to invite, because once the invitation has been received, the person feels more welcome to come because they have been invited. But when they've never been invited, if a person just passed by a church and no one ever asked them to come in, then they may not feel welcome. But once you invite that person in, the door is open. Well, God, you know, they received me. And that's all it takes, is that one time. And you never know what will happen by you inviting that one person to come to church, how it will be inspire them, you know, cause them to go out and tell other people, you know what, those people in church, they're all right. Y'all need to go, you know, or I learned this, or I felt this, you know, you never know. But that opened the door right there for me. So from that day on, that's where I was. On Sunday mornings, I may not have went Wednesday, you know, for Bible study or whatever, but Sunday mornings, that's where I was. My aunt, she did not have to invite me anymore. I just needed that one time. And so, but when I went to church, when I came home, my dad would always ask me, what did you learn? So that made me pay attention, even though I would go and I would sit on the back row. Me and my first cousin, we would sit on the back row. We would play the whole time. But to let parents know it's okay. If your child is playing in church, you'll be surprised. They're still listening. They're taking in the word. And it was not until I was 17 when I truly felt the presence of God in my life. And I felt a drawing. And that's when I was at the very back, always sitting at the back. And so it seemed like it was a long ways up there to the front, to the altar. But I went, tears rolling down my face. And that truly, you know, brought about a change in my life. Just, you know, just that door being open for me. But not only that, but the opportunity, you know, that to know and to hear the word on a daily basis, or even if it's just Sunday, it seems like it's a long ways away. But you know what? You don't forget. You know that God loves you. The pastor, he would sit up there and he would, you know, just preach his heart out, and I'm sitting back there playing, doing whatever. But yet and still, I took enough word home, had enough in my heart that I could go home and I could tell my dad what he said. Because I knew, you know, if I'm not going up there getting what I need, then who knows? My dad probably won't let me go back to church no more. So I made sure I took something home with me to tell him what that pastor said.
Mhm.
But anyway, just the opportunity to be in the midst of Christians and those that say they love Christ. It just makes a big difference when you can feel it, when it's shown. I think I forgot the question. Lord. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
I forgot the question. I was like, hold on, we talking about her childhood? It's okay. It's okay. Because this
Oh my gosh. Lord have mercy.
yeah, this is a piece of what it was like to be around us. A whole snippet.
Oh Lord. Okay, what was the question again? Oh my gosh, Lord.
So, so what was it like for us, our upbringing?
Okay. Now, y'all upbringing, we would bring y'all to church every Sunday. And then not only that, but it's like on Wednesday nights, I remember totally, a lot of times, you guys were the only children in the church on Wednesday night for Bible study. It didn't matter what anybody else did, because you know what, we was concerned about y'all's soul. And so therefore, y'all went and, and I think we was even questioning as to, well, why are we the only children going to church? It doesn't matter about anybody else, family. You all are our responsibility. And so we made sure that y'all went to church. So
Tuesday night and Wednesday night and
Thursday. Yes.
Lord, there was the Bible, we were there every day.
And then you know what? Not only that, but Rachel, even on Sunday nights, when they had evening service, you guys may have been the only children in that church.
We had all said, when we get older, we are never going to church.
Sure did.
Ever again. This is it.
Oh my goodness.
We were done.
But I mean, and I think it, maybe you did growing up as a child because, well, God, we can't go outside and play. We can't do this. We can't do that. But look where you are today.
They had us and everything. We were in the choir, and my daddy was the minister of music. So churches would invite us every Sunday, out of town, in town, daytown,
on TV.
We were everywhere singing on TV. We were everywhere. Our choir, and when they in the church, we went to a small church. We grew up in a small church, and when they found out that people were inviting us to go places, people come, y'all need clothes. You need we'll sew your clothes. We were. Yes. They were all over it. So fourth Sunday was our Sunday.
Yes.
And first Sunday, we probably had 5 people in the church. It was us, 5 people in the church. The second Sunday, we would have maybe 7. So it might be mid-Sunday. The third Sunday, we would have, it probably was Usher Sunday. So we might have 12. Fourth Sunday, the parking lot was full, the church was full. We've been there sweating and hot. They had to move the pulpit down because people needed places to sit. They had some extra chairs. It was fourth Sunday was lit. We would come through with our little outfits on, like, y'all here for us. I know what time it is. And my daddy, he would come through with his little pride set behind us, and he'd have his bright colorful suit on, and he'd be in the front of the church. Couldn't wait to get there and show off. And I mean, we were doing it. We were doing it.
Yes. But I mean, that is so true. I mean, there was Sundays on the fourth Sunday, they had to actually bring in extra chairs because it was always so many people, just for that fourth Sunday. If no other day, the pastor knew that church was going to be packed that Sunday. That's
Yeah,
for sure. That is for sure.
they were ready. People from the neighborhood knew it was 4th Sunday. They started showing, it's the kids' Sunday. We going to church this Sunday. So yeah, we had a great time. But my daddy, he was adamant about us being in church.
It
And
was.
we were like, we don't, Mama, say something. Mama, my leg hurt. You going to the right place then. We're like, whose team are you on?
Oh my gosh. But yeah, even a pastor's wife, she looked forward to that for a Sunday. Look, she would come over there on Saturday trying to hear the song.
Yes, we had choir rehearsal on Saturday for like
Yeah.
2 to 3 hours. And then Sunday we could then get up there and turn the church out. We have our little dance moves and everything. So yeah, we were ready. We had a great time. But um, but coming up, we felt like y'all didn't love us because we were always in the church. So if y'all
Right.
love us, y'all would leave us alone and let us have fun with our friends. And one thing um that was like a big no-no was trying to put our friends first. Daddy would always be like, my friend, my friend. How you think the word friend? My friend want to do this, and my friend want to do that. We were like, oh Lord, I wish he'd just stop. And you would just be sitting right, ain't no matter what he was saying, my mama was always right there in the chair just next to him co-signing.
Yes.
So yes, very very, I believe, very, very submissive, and just the epitome of what it means to really hold down the fort. We talk about connecting in love, talk about the key. We talking about you, Lord.
I know.
Because Mother's Day is Sunday. I don't know, but and I wanted all of us to be on here. But that
Oh,
was
that would be awesome.
it. The show would have.
Right. It would have been good. It would have been good. Yes.
Then we would not have known how you connected in love, because Mark would have been on here cutting up, Jay would have been on here cutting up, Laura would just be on here laughing, and she would just be on here laughing, and it just no. But I do want to do an episode where we all are on.
Yes, please do. Please, that's gonna be hilarious. It really, really is.
Yes, it's gonna
Really.
be backed by popular demand. Here they all are. We all are.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes. So when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away my childish things. And I like this verse because even though we were children, I felt like a lot of times we had our chance to be children, but then it was but then you guys talked about the importance of understanding that there is the importance of knowing who Christ is and having a relationship with Christ and what that looked like and what that meant. So I really feel like I really feel like because we had Christ in our life, and even though we really didn't understand what you guys were saying all the time, I really feel like that's the reason why we can love each other, because Christ was instilled on the inside of us, and Christ is the definition of love. So it just, I mean, ironically, it just love never fails, right? It just y'all didn't fail. What you went to do, I mean, like I said the other day, mission accomplished.
Amen. Amen. And I believe that. I received that. I don't know. I just thank God for, it was just maybe going through so much at the time you don't appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an opportunity to sit back and look, and he was like, Lord, if I hadn't went through this, I wouldn't have been there, where I am today. But it's God has a plan for everything. He prepares us, whether we realize it or not. He's preparing us for something.
Right.
So all we need to do is accept it. And if we just pay attention to him, just listen to him and obey and do what he tells us to do, our life would be so much easier. So much easier.
That's a fact. We mentioned earlier that Daddy had the four older boys, and when did they come around? Like when did you first get introduced to them?
I want to say the first time I met David and Nate was like in 80, let me see, no, it was 80, probably about 84.
Mhm.
Jay was a baby at the time.
Oh,
Because yeah, we were living in Virginia, and then we had went to South Carolina, I think, for something. I don't know what was going on, but anyway, we wind up coming back to North Carolina. So we had the opportunity to meet David and Nate at that time. And then finally we moved there and stayed for several 8 through 86. And then we moved to Texas, came back. And then we came back, we had the opportunity for David to stay with us for a while, for Nate to stay with us for a while. And then one year, I can't remember exactly what year it was, but I remember Harrison coming down from California because he graduated in North Carolina. He came and lived with us and he graduated in North Carolina.
hmm.
Yes. And then Donovan, what year was, I think Donovan came down in like 90, 97, 98, somewhere in that area. That's when Donovan came. So I had the opportunity, or they had the opportunity to come and live in, in the presence of me. And, I remember one time very distinct, we had moved over here, we had moved in this neighborhood, and and Erison had came to live with us. And I was like, Lord, I said, I don't have enough food to feed all these kids. And I was sitting in there and, and I thank God for the Holy Spirit because he brought back to my remembrance about how Jesus, how he prayed over the food. And it was just amazing. That night, there was more than enough food, more than enough. So, if you apply the word of God to your life, to your circumstances, God can't do nothing but honor his word.
Right.
So what he has done in the past, he's still doing it today.
That's
He
right.
has not changed. And that's what we have to do. We need to stand on his word. And not only that, but bring it back to his remembrance, what he said to us. So whatever it is, whatever situation we were actually dealing with, it's in the scripture. If you study, you can find what it is that you're dealing with.
Hmm. That is so true. So did you find it, what was that like being able to meet my older brothers? What was it like? Did you feel like you were welcome? Did you feel like, I'm not sure this is for me?
I didn't. I really did because you know what? To me, at first, when I first saw Nate, I was like, wow. I said he almost older than I am. And
Mm,
so I was sitting up there and I was thinking, excuse me, I was just acting up. But the thing about it is, I've always felt like they received me with open arms. They never sit there, and looked funny at me, because some parents, step parents, or whatever, how you want to call it, you know, um, they're looked down upon or sit, talk bad about. But I never felt disrespected from those children. Not one time did I ever. And I'm very thankful that I have had the opportunity to be in their presence. And um, and not only that, uh-oh, but not only that, but have an opportunity to allow my light to shine in their lives, and them, just trying to portray someone that they can look up to and that they can respect. And then not only that, but desire to have someone, not, and I give God the glory for this. Have a desire to want someone like me in their life. That means a lot. I mean, because they could have said, okay, well, you know what, I want somebody like my mom, but they didn't say that.
yeah,
It really didn't. And that means a lot. It really does. It
yeah.
really. you know, and even Jay, he even growing up, I remember him telling me one time, he said, Mama, he said, I want a wife just like you. I'm like,
Um,
yes, he really did. And so, you know, so that alone says a lot.
mhm.
It says a lot. And I'm not perfect, but apparently it's something that, you know, my life living must have had some kind of reflection on them, some kind of way, you know, it meant something to them. So I'm really grateful. I really am. I
Yeah.
am.
And we grew up in a dual parent home. So I think some many people know that, but I think like recently I was just asked, you grew up in a single parent home? And I was like, I didn't. I grew up with my parents. So my parents were married and um so we but the way we grew up, you would have thought that like I don't think I realized that David and Nick had a different mama until I was almost in middle school because we just felt like we just felt like we were just all we were just always together. I mean, I do remember seeing them around when we lived on Westwood.
Yeah.
Um, but it didn't dawn on me that they had a different mom. We were just, I mean, we were, even though we grew up in the house with five of us, they would come and get us and beat us up and, and, um, and as they started having children, we would babysit their kids. And I mean, we help each other out. And then as they got older, their kids got older, their kids babysit our kids. So, but yeah, we just are no matter like how great the age gap, like we just all love each other. We just all love each other. Um and and I really feel like because you and daddy made us feel like some parents I think create division between the children because they talk about these kids like this and this group like that, or this mom doesn't feel comfortable with this group of kids coming over because she feels some kind of way because you treating these kids better than my kids. And but I don't ever remember any of I know Harrison, as we got older, I began to talk to him about, what it was like coming to the house and everything. He was just like, he said, you guys had so much love. He said, I wanted the love that you guys had. He's like, I
Wow.
knew how I grew up, and he was like, to come into y'all's house and see the love that y'all had. He said, I wanted that. He said, I was jealous, and he's like, I don't have to be jealous. I'm here. I can have it.
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the
That's
the the love was there, and then even I mean, like I said, Nate and David, they were always trying to come over there and be over there and just hang out. Or what we doing on Sunday? Sunday was our day. It was like family day. We would
yeah.
go to the park. We would do kickball. We would do softball. We would that y'all would cook and Sunday everybody was at the house.
Yeah.
So it was. I mean, we made it. We made family a big deal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But not only that, but like I do remember like we would go to the park, and not only that, it was like a lot across the street from our house. We set up a volleyball net, and and like David and would bring their girlfriends or whatever. We would go over there. Me and Larry would go over there and just play volleyball. Just had fun.
Yeah.
Just had fun. So that's a connection there. Even though we and not only that we start having Bible study at our home. And David and they would come to the house for the Bible study or church or whatever. But but yeah, it was family was really a big thing, and I don't know if it had a lot to do with the fact that um because me and my siblings are pretty close. We are, and we were raised like that. And as far as calling David and them step or something, we didn't do that. Your brother and sister.
Mhm.
So therefore, as far as anybody knowing y'all, yeah, well, no, they got a different mom. But and like even today, he called me Mama Pat, you know,
Mhm.
like that. And so that just says a lot about them, and and how they saw, us or y'all as their siblings. My sister, not my stepsister, and it was always sister, my brother. And so and I give Larry credit for that.
Yeah.
How he brought y'all together. I really do. I
Mhm.
really that meant a lot to me. It really did. So I thank God for him, and what he tried to instill in you guys. So it has paid off. It has. And I know he always told me that he had prayed and asked God, to give him another chance. And God honored his prayer. He really did. He honored his prayer. And he did. I think he did, like you said, mission accomplished. He did as he told God he would do. He really did.
Yeah. Because we never left the church house. So, but I will say, even that scripture, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart. And it's a whole fact because although we said we never going to church, every last one of us are in the church.
Okay.
We are
Thank
in-
God. Thank God. Yes.
Yes.
So faithful.
So,
So faithful. God is so to his word. He
was
is.
there ever a time where you were like, you were with us? I mean, okay, so Daddy was in and out the hospital
Yes, he was.
all my life. And there were many days I remember you having to come home and you would go to work, you would come home, you would cook dinner, um, and make sure that we were straight, and then you go to the hospital, be with Daddy, or not every day, but for many days you did. And then there were times where like Big Mama, she had to come down and
Mm.
help because Daddy would be so sick, and you would have to. She would just come and she would just provide a helping hand to help take care of us. Um, I remember many days where, you know, Daddy would be on the couch because he just had surgery, and you were having to help us get ready for school. Like, I get your clothes off, I can iron your clothes. And we were cooking dinner. Then we had the dog, and we still had church, and we still had, you still had a lot of responsibilities. Was there ever a time where you felt like I can't do this?
Never, never. And that's really something though, but because I can remember going back because like you and Mark being 11 months apart, I was pregnant with Mark and walking around with you on my hip. And this is when Larry had been diagnosed with myasthenia gravis. And we was in this little small town, Kermit, Texas. And in the evening, he would want to walk around a block. So I would stay at the house. And so this particular night, little country town, he was walking down the street. And this lady that lived a couple of houses down, she was, I guess, just looking out the door. And I heard her just hollering and screaming my name. Pat, Pat. And so I went to the door and I looked. And she said, Larry, I'm fell in the street, because he did not have enough street. He had MG. So therefore his white blood cells would attack his red blood cells. And so therefore he was walking down the street and he fell. So his head will always hit first. And so she and I went out there and she helped me bring it back to the house. Everything, here he bleeding and I'm trying to stop the blood, this and the other. And then not only that, but he was to the point at times he had lost so much weight. And I would actually have to, it was like I had what 4 children at that time. And I would actually have to take him in there to the bathroom, put him in the tub, wash him up, dry him off, put his clothes on. So it was really challenging, but through it all, I was kind of frightened too, because I was young. So I was kind of frightened because I didn't know if he was gonna die on me or what. And then finally we wind up moving to Dallas, Texas, and he was going to see a neurologist. And the doctor, all he would tell him is that you're gonna get better. You're gonna get better. And so finally, when he got enough strength, he had him on all this medication. He was taking 18 medications at one time. So he was taking like 100, let me see, was it 100? No, I know it was for like 80 milligrams of prednisone, I think, at one time. And so, so finally, when he got up enough strength, the doctor said, okay, now I can talk to you. And he sit me and him down and he told me, he said, the reason why I never told you what was going on, he said, because I didn't want you to give up. He told Larry, he said, when you got to me, he said, you was on the verge of death. He said, but by me saying you're gonna get better, that was encouraging you to keep pushing. He said, but yeah, he said you was on your way out of here when you got to me. And so, you know, but through it all, he did, he you know, got stronger and this and that and the other, but no, not once did I ever think that I could do this. Like I said, I was frightened to a great degree, but you know, that helped me out a whole lot. You know, just hearing the words that you're gonna get better, you're gonna get better. But never once did I, you know, want to give up. Never. Never.
That's good. I mean, because I know with my three, I mean, I just had two, Jacob and Jordan. And there were days I was just like, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. Like, what am I thinking? And I wanted to give up. I was like, man. But then I just thought about, like, you know, what would happen to them if I let them go? Like, what would their outcome be? And would I be able to forgive myself for letting them go? And, you know, just the thought of what would happen to them made me say, you need to keep going, you know? And even though I had those moments where I felt like, you know, oh, you suck, you're not doing a good job, you're a horrible mother. Because I really feel like as a mom, well, for me as a mom, I feel like there are many days that I was beating myself up, especially with them two. With Joshua, not so much. Joshua is very challenging, but I did not feel, but I just felt like I was horrible with them. I felt like I was so horrible. And I'm like, they deserve so much better. And whenever I had a chance to actually give them better, I I wanted to make sure that I not necessarily like in a material way, but in a natural way. I wanted to
Right.
be a mom for them.
Right.
And I'm like, man, you know, I gotta get it together because I looked at some of the behaviors that I was exemplifying and I was like, man, you know, I'm trying to sound like daddy, trying to act like daddy. And I know how I feel. And if I'm doing these things, they're gonna be doing these things to their kids. And I
Right.
don't do these things to their kids. So let me stop and let me teach them what right looks like. Let's learn this thing, figure
Right.
this out together.
That,
But yeah, so you know, in your like growing up with your mom and your dad, was there anything that you saw them doing that you were like, I'm not doing that when I have my kids, or when I have my kids, I'm gonna do that?
well, um, one thing I can definitely say was both my parents were drinkers. And there was something that I did not want my children or you all to be faced with. You know, just sitting up there um, drinking. Sure, maybe to them they was having a good time, but it was not something that I totally agreed with, you know. And so, I mean, when you see people drinking, they want to fight, they want to cuss. And I'm like, no, that's not what I want. And so, and I think that played a vital role in my life not to drink. And then I remember one time when I called myself trying to cuss. Lord have mercy. My mama came up around that corner, and all I said was hell. But you know what? When she walked up on me saying, and she said, "What'd you say?" And I told her, and she told me she was gonna beat that out of me. That's all it took.
Yeah.
So after that, cussing was not in my vocabulary.
And it never has been. Although I think I did hear you cuss that one time, and I had to pull Laura on so she can come fine. Laura, if you hear, go ahead and say that you heard it. You know what I'm talking about. But you know, yes, but no, that's something that we did not hear from you. And except that one time when that person called the phone, he was like, get a life, you stupid." Mom, what was you gonna say? Me and Laura were always the ones sitting right there when something was going down. Mom, what was you gonna say? I don't know.
I really don't.
I don't know what I'm going to end this call. You stupid. I don't know what to say. Oh, okay. Yeah.
My goodness. Yes.
Yes. If y'all want to see my mother get crunk, just bring Laura around.
No, Laura is special.
Laura brings the hood at my mama. Don't let this innocent face fool you. When Laura shows up, mama turn gangster with it, y'all. We be like, oh, okay, there she go. Okay. We went to Dairy Queen one day, and Patty kept getting the order wrong, and mama didn't like it. And we were in, Laura was in the midst. Laura, she an instigator. Tell her, Ma, tell her. Let her know, Ma, what's how to. I'm gonna let her know. I'm gonna let her know. Patty, give us the food, Patty.
Oh my gosh, Ray. You ought to stop.
Y'all, it's the whole truth. It's the whole truth. So, and it's funny because, like I told y'all earlier, like depending on who's around determines what you're gonna see out of my mother. So, when she sees, no lie, when she sees David, Nate, and Harrison and Donovan, she's like, "Oh, hello, boys." Hey. Like, "Oh, hey, Mama Patty, come give her a hug." "Oh, hey, guys." Oh, guys, and she just all innocent acting, and then we be, I don't know about everybody. I would just be like, "Okay, shut up." And then when I come around, she just be like, "I'm like, why you got an attitude?" I guess if I bring the attitude, I don't know. I don't know. Laura come around, she gonna get crunk with it, and then Sheena comes around. She's her and Sheena just like they just be chill,
laid back.
Yes, all the way. And then Jay, mama just gets spoiled. Jay spoils you. Yes. Mama, did you need this? Did you need that? Oh no, Jay, baby, I got it. No, I got. Oh, well, okay, she's gonna do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. But no, y'all. If y'all have not seen us together, I definitely have to do an episode. Y'all can see all of us together.
You do, right?
Brace yourselves.
And what would that episode be called?
I don't even know. It might be called Meet the Morrisons.
Are you right?
Yeah.
It may be a sitcom for real.
Oh, and you know what? I really feel like if we do one podcast episode and someone watches it, they're gonna be like, "You guys are hired." They're gonna hand out contracts. You get a contract. You get a contract. You get a contract.
Oh my gosh! Yes, Lord.
But I will say that it does feel good when you're able to. I mean, because y'all see us sit here cutting up on in front of y'all, and I have a few friends that they can't do that with their mom. They don't have a chance to sit down with their mom and laugh and have a good time, and they envy that. You can call your mom and y'all can pray about something. Y'all can talk about scriptures together, and I don't have that. But yeah, we do. I can call my mom or including my dad, and when he was here, and I need prayer. Or, I'm upset about this, upset about that. And like I told y'all in the beginning, we are in our 30s, almost 40 years old. And we call our parents, we call them, we tell them each other. I I don't know if y'all do that, if you do that, but we do. We tell them each other, and then we expect them to do something about it. Mama said she gonna whoop you, Laura. She gonna whoop who? Mama said she's gonna whoop you.
Yes.
I
Yes.
whoop you.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
But I like the relationship that I have with each and every one of you. And the openness to feel like that you can call and tell me anything. And then I'm not gonna sit up there and say, well, you know what, you know better than that. I don't have to say that, because you know what, you already basically beating yourself up.
But you do that.
But I mean, but you know better anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, we do, but you do remind us. Now, why would you, or you just be like, you got the way of saying, Yeah, we mostly be like, My mom be like, She just be holding, you just be like, I'm gonna just call you later, because this gonna be, I don't even talk about this no more. I'm just gonna pray to God, Lord, please help me. I called my mother, she was no help, but
Oh, gosh.
yes.
But yeah, but I do. I mean, I think it's good that you feel close enough that you can trust me with whatever, with whatever's in your heart, that you can actually bring it out. Just like with Christ, whatever's in your heart, tell him all. Because I mean, hey, I basically know you. I know what type of child you are. Yeah. And God, look, he made us, so of course he knows us. So why hold back? Tell him everything, and he wants you to come to him with whatever it is. Come to him. Let him know. Because that's the only way he can work it out, is if you confess it.
Right.
Confess it.
Yeah, that's true. And of course, the word tells us that we are to honor our father and mother.
Right.
And honor your father and mother in the Lord.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because some parents are not in the Lord.
True. True. But
I thank God that our upbringing consisted of parents that were in the Lord. And that taught us what right looks like. Because we are the what's the word? Not exhibit. We our lifestyle where we are, we represent whatever, we represent what you guys instilled in us.
That's true.
And that's why we can get along with one another. That's why we can come to you. And it's not just, the five in the house, but all nine of us. And that's why it's that connecting and love piece is a big deal. That open line of communication.
Absolutely.
Being able to be transparent. And even though, like you said, each and every last one of us are different.
Totally.
We're all different. And I mean, in a sense, y'all let us be us. You let us be us. And these same qualities and characteristics that make us look different are actually the same qualities and characteristics that God's using for the upbuilding.
Yep.
So, my boldness, Jay's humility and his meekness.
Absolutely. Yes.
Laura's boldness, Sheena's meekness, Mark's charisma, So we're all using these characteristics and qualities to add to the kingdom in our own way. And yeah, I don't know. It's just been
excuse me.
It's fine. It's just been an interesting journey. But connecting in love is are you blessed? Sneezing? Bless you.
I'm not sneezing. It's my allergies acting up.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, but
yeah, connecting in love is key.
It's Excuse me?
I said connecting in love is key.
Yes, it is. It is the key. It is the key.
With that foundation being Christ,
Most definitely.
because Christ is love.
Yes, it is.
Christ is love.
Yes, it
Um,
is.
yes. Well, is there anything that you want to add to today's episode?
Um, other than us, excuse me, I might not need to say anything else because I'm about to choke. I just, I'm grateful for the opportunity to spend this time with you, doing the connecting love and sharing my journey so far, and just letting you know how proud I am in with concerning your walk with Christ, your life in Him, and allowing Him to use you. And I know that there's so much more that He has in store for each and every one of y'all. And I'm looking forward to seeing. And I thank Him for allowing me to live to see, you know, where He has brought each and every one of you from, and you know the journey that you guys are on, and how He used you. And and my prayer is that whatever you guys, whatever your hand touches, that it prospers. And I tell Him in the morning, I said, Lord, I said, all five of my children, I said, use them till you use them up for your glory. I do. And he knows that I'm serious about that. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to where He's, you know, to where He's leading you guys. I really am.
Me too. I gotta tell it. Stay tuned, you guys. Stay tuned. Yes. Well, I am grateful for your support. Um, I know growing up as a middle child, I felt like I was not seen, I was not heard, and I really felt many days like I did not matter.
Mm,
Um, and I was like, I always said, well, when I have an accolade coming my way, I can expect you and Daddy to be there. And then even with my military career, I don't think I think the only time that I've seen you and Daddy at like milestones over the 15 years, it was when I first joined the Army.
yeah, absolutely.
So so I've endured these 15 years, by myself. And but yet when I needed you guys the most, you were there. So when I needed your help with my kids,
Mhm.
you may not have been there necessarily for me directly, but you were there for my babies.
Right,
Um, and and I was thankful and grateful for, whether it was the summertime, whenever y'all were able to assist me, and I called you and I asked for help, y'all were there.
right,
May not have been there for a promotion, but I was able to get promoted because you had my kids in order for me to do what I had to do to get promoted. You may
right,
not have been there for, any other award I received or any other kind of accolade I received, but you were there to help with the kids that rendered me to be able to get that accolade or that award, And sometimes we miss those things. It's just
right.
like, well, you were never here for this, but you wouldn't have got that if I wasn't here for that. Um,
Very
so
wise.
so yes, I'm thankful for all the support that you and Daddy, gave to me over these 15 long years.
Wow.
It was it has not been easy. It has been challenging. For my kids the other day, I was like, I said, these 15 years have been long, but their presence has made it worth the while. Um, their presence has been my motivation. And
Yeah.
I said, I've quit everything in life except parenting and except the military.
Right.
So I just thank God that He gave me the strength to endure. Because many days I was just like, I'm quitting. This is it. I am done. I just kept raising my right hand. I saw him square. So I just thank God for the strength that He gave me to endure.
Amen.
Um, and I guess I say that to say, you know, for those ones who feel like, you know, my mom is never there, or my dad is never there, or I don't feel loved. Look at Take a look at what you're missing. Take a look at what you're not seeing. Take a look at what you're not. You see where you're at, but how did you get there?
True.
Because you may have gotten there alone, as I just said, but you were not alone.
Right.
You know, even Mark, Laura, Sheena, Jay, you know, they helping me with my babies. Hey, I got drill this weekend. Can y'all get the kids? And yep, we got them. Taco Tia, you know, Tron and them. You
Right.
know, I have not got. I would be lying if I said I got to where I am by myself, because
Absolutely.
it took the village that I had for me to get to where I am.
Right.
And I thank God for the village that He gave me to provide that
Yes.
support, to be able to check those blocks. So I'm very, very grateful. And it took, you know, even like when I think about, I was talking about how we watched Davis and kids when we got a little bit older, and how we watched their children as they were coming up. And you know, now their children are watching our children.
Right. Sure did.
And it's like God sees our efforts. He
He
sees
does.
whatever it is that we are doing. He sees us serving. And sometimes we want to be able to receive back from the same person that we were serving. But He's just like, it may not necessarily come back from that person, but I
Right.
provided you with this. So we got to quit looking at things from the standpoint of, well, you didn't. But Lord, I thank you because you did give me this. I
Yes.
thank you because you made a way over here. And I thank you because you opened this door. So no, it has not been an easy journey, but because I've had such an amazing support system, although at times I've found it challenging. um, you know, I've had an amazing support system that has helped me to be able to endure these 15 years in the military. I don't know where they even came from, but there it is. So, yeah, I am so grateful for the support and for the love.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being on the show today, and for opening up and sharing your testimony. And I just pray that your words inspire not only the the younger women that watch the show, but the older women as well. And they're able to say, okay, well, um, I can keep going. I don't have to stop.
Absolutely.
And even though their child may come to them and say, you know, we don't appreciate you because you didn't do this or you didn't do that, they can be reminded that, you know, they might not appreciate you, but you are appreciated. Because I know my baby appreciate you. I know all our babies appreciate you.
Yes.
Every last one of them. Every last one of them. And so welcome. And I'm sure the viewers will look forward to you coming back. Make sure I have a episode where we can all be on here together.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, they have no idea what they talk about. A phenomenal episode with my mom. I hope that you enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed making that video. Happy Mother's Day to all the amazing women out there. This is Breakthrough TV. I am Rachel Renee, wishing you a safe, exciting, and amazing Mother's Day. Have a good one.